All right, Coach, go ahead and just give us your thoughts on how the team performed last weekend in their game against Grand Valley.
Yeah, I thought we got out of it what we wanted to. I thought it was a good game. We allowed us to focus on practice that week and have a focused practice week versus having an off weekend. Appreciative that Grand Valley came up and played. I thought they really started out well. I thought as the game went on, they wore out a bit, which is to be expected. But I liked how our guys played. I didn't like how we started. I thought we were a little sloppy and a little slow. But I thought as the game went on, we played faster and we got sharper. So it gave us a chance to expand our lineup, get some different guys in some different roles. So all in it was great. Good crowd, good enthusiasm in the building, and something we're going to look to possibly do again down the road.
You guys have Northern coming up this weekend. What do you guys need to see in order to see 2 wins against them this weekend?
Yeah, good team. They've like the last 5 years, it seems like they're near the top of the league in goal scoring. And this year, it appears like they're picking up where they left off. They put up some pretty big numbers against very good. They've been on the road for 4 straight games. They played 2 at Duluth, 2 at Arizona State. While I think they're 0-3-1. So obviously they're giving up a few goals too. But the reality is they're putting up numbers, and we're aware of that. They're a very aggressive team. It's much easier as a coach to start reeling it in and coach defense than it is to try to find a way to score goals. And they've got goal scoring. So I think it should be a really good series. I like the way we've stayed out of the box. We'd like to continue to do that. I think I looked and we're maybe in the certainly in the top 15 in least penalized teams in penalty minutes per game. I'd like to see that continue. I think it's going to have to continue for us to be good because right now our PK, while it's been good, is not where we want it to be yet. And so with the PK still a work in progress, the more we can stay out of the box, the better.
And Coach, with the various changes and little experimentation you did in that Grand Valley State game, was that like a number of those things were geared towards to maybe trying to check things out and getting ready for this 2-game set against Northern up there?
That's a great question because after the game, I did think there was a couple things we could have instituted that game that may have helped us this coming weekend, and I didn't. We didn't do a lot of prep on Northern prior, to Monday. After the Grand Valley game, and there was a couple of things there I thought, but we were able to put in some offensive zone face-off plays that we hadn't put into our playbook yet. We put them in for the Grand Valley game, so that gave us a chance on a few things to add some things to our playbook and kind of experiment with it and see if it would work well. So, anyways, yeah. In terms of a lot that we did against Grand Valley that would help us with Northern, there really was not a lot out there.
And can you just also maybe talk a little about Northern? Obviously, you faced them past couple of years, and last year was a struggle, and you did compliment them offensively. But they're off to a little slow start here, and they were scored upon those first 4 games. They played against Minnesota, Duluth, and ASU.
Yeah, they obviously they scored a lot of goals, but they gave a lot up too. But you got to remember they were on the road against 2 really good teams. I think Duluth's got one of the better teams in the country this year. In some ways, Northern similar to us in that I thought while we're scoring goals, we gave up quite a few goals, so far against Miami and against Western Michigan, particularly at Western on the Friday night. So I think we've got our own work to do in terms of straightening out our defensive play. But like I said earlier, I think it's easier now to work on defense. You can always coach defense, and we can do that. That's a matter of guys having the heart in the right place. But it's very difficult at times to find ways to score goals. And so I'm happy right now with where our team sits and the fact that we are scoring goals. Now that can dry up, but I don't think so. I think we've got, between all the different people like Schleppe, I think Luigi's going to be a point getter. Then you can't forget the one line with Picorni and Branchow and Venuto. So I think we've got the ability to score goals. Now it's a matter of the coaching staff making sure that we mind our P's and Q's defensively, and we're going to need to this weekend because Northern Michigan can score goals.
So you guys are heading up north kind of long drive for the game, and it's Northern Michigan's first game at home. They're hungry for a win. I mean, how tough is that going into that environment, especially after kind of that long drive up there?
Yeah, no, you're right. You know what, though, for us, the distance isn't. I know that I don't mean to come off as crass, but the distance isn't that bad for us. Only because like they're one of our closest opponents in our conference. Our conference is so spread out, so we almost look at this as a short trip. And we go up on Thursday the day before, so it's not going to be a problem. But because it is their home opener and it's the start of our conference play, it's going to be a tough environment. And it's, Grant Patolni's done an outstanding job building that program. Each and every year they seem to get better and better. And we can attest the last few years we've struggled in that building. It seems like we've got blown out on the Friday night, and then Saturday we've clawed back maybe to tie or get 2 points, but we've really struggled that, particularly on the Friday, the first night of the weekend series. So, we want to make sure we start the weekend on time. We don't forget and show up on Saturday. We get there to play on Friday.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Great, thanks.